I really want to thank NQ Tropics for the opportunity to come and talk to you guys about this. I am new to the role. I am pretty passionate about just getting more producer involvement and getting everyone involved. NABRAC, what I have really learnt through this thing is there's a lot of people that don't even know we exist or who we are. So I'll spend a bit of time on that because I want people to understand where we fit into the thing and how it can work. So yeah, North Australian Beef Research Council, or NABRAC that everyone calls it. What is it? It's made up of 11 regional beef committees that are located all across the top of Northern Australia. Where I fit in, I'm the new chair for the NQ region, which you can sort of see where we sit. Up the top there we go. It's a massive region. They're all massive regions, which is the point I really want to make today is we need some producer engagement. It's a big area. I need people to tell me what they want to be researched. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job right, basically. So we need to use every network that's available to us. What do? Driving innovation for improved production. NABRAC connects producers, researchers and industry stakeholders to drive improved production in Australia's northern grass-fed beef industry. NABRAC draws on the knowledge, insight, expertise of its vast network of producers, researchers and agency representatives to prioritise, influence, research, development, extension and adoption efforts in Northern Australia. What's that mean? 29 years ago this organisation started and there was found to be a big gap. We had MLA, like a big funding body, putting a fair bit of money into research and there wasn't any engagement with producers or researchers. So basically this organisation was brought about just to get researchers, funding organisations and producers in a room to get a better outcome for where research money was going and yeah, just so it was research is done in the areas that is required. And so yeah, we're 29 years, we're still going. It's a few little changes along the way, but I do think there's still a real value in the organisation. So there's a lot of money that comes from MLA and goes into research. So yeah, if you want to have some ownership on that sort of stuff, like yeah, have a chat to us and we can hopefully get your opinions across to these organisations. It's not always as simple as I've sort of found to get the message through because you've got to represent such a large area that not all issues can translate everywhere. So this is what you can hope to get. So by engaging with NABRAC, producers can actually help set the research priorities for Meat and Livestock Australia. As producers, we put a lot of money into levies and yeah, it's great to know that you can have some input into where that money is spent. Now, scope of responsibilities, you can sort of see what we do. It's about research, stuff like that. The one point I do want to make as far as who NABRAC is and what we do is we are not a political organisation. That's one of the things I really love to be able to say about us. Like, if you want to get involved, you just get to talk about cows and grass and grazing and all sorts of fun stuff. Like there's other organisations, if you want to play the political game and all that sort of stuff, it's a really good open field. Meetings are like this. This is the sort of thing that we do. You just have conversations with researchers and MLA and all these guys and you can just talk about all these things. Where are we at now? So this is NABRAC's priorities. Current ones for 21-22 is, so calf loss from pregnancy to weaning, pasture dieback, accuracy of weather forecasts and effective supplementation. We're in the process now of setting priorities going forward for the next 2 years. That's currently in train. We're trying to get everyone happy across all the different regions to get that they're all heard, which is a bit of a fun thing to do. Just to give you an idea where it looks like it's going to sit, the big buzzword lately is carbon, and that's probably going to be on the top of the list. It's stuff around carbon, which is all linked back to grazing strategies and its effect on carbon. Everything to people want to know more about the soil. They want to know how things are working more. We're getting much more involved in these sorts of things. So that'll be coming soon. Those priorities will get set in the next month or so officially. So be good to see where they come to. And that sit down the bottom corner there, that NABRAC website is where all this stuff can be found. And yeah, as that all comes out, what have we done? This is the sort of stuff that NABRAC's had a big influence in, the MB2 project, which is still in the pilot stage. And that's just about mentored producer groups that are getting some real data, which can help direct research is a lot of it and help those producers. I'm not directly involved in MB2. I do think it's a great concept. If anyone is interested in MB2, I can point you in the direction as to who to talk to. They've got massive goals as how many producer groups they want to have within a few years. So there's certainly going to be plenty of room in those groups if anyone is interested. And the guides that you've seen over the years, the phosphorus Bible that's been around forever. That's the sort of stuff that NABRAC's been involved in getting together in the Cash Cow project. So that's the sort of things that we try and get to happen. It's not, we're not the ones doing these in the end, but that's what we're about. If you want to get involved, give me a ring. Myself or Joe Rolfe, who's the secretary. They're the current producer members that are on the committee. I'm sure there'll be some names that people know up there. Give me a ring or talk to any of those guys. The point I really want to make, we do have, like, those producer members are expected to turn up to a meeting every 6 months. That doesn't mean that you can't just come to a meeting. It's not, like, we do want to have a core of people that we can have as part of the group. But every meeting there can be guest producers, there can be anyone can turn up. So you don't need to feel committed. Like, it's just a matter of come and tell me about ideas that you've got, or come along to a meeting. It's not a closed organisation. There's a lot of, like, the NQ Dry Tropics people, the DAF people that are here. Like, if you know that person that just is hung up on all the research and all of these projects and stuff that are going on and just wants to talk cows all day, well, point them to me. I might have the group just for them. More info, so the NABRAC website, all of those contact details, it's all there if you want to get hold of anyone, and I'll be around for a bit today, of course. And MLA.com, there's a heap of information on there, and just if you do want to go down the research sort of area, there's all these things that I've learnt since being this role that I didn't even know existed. If you want to know about research, easiest way is to go to the MLA website, and Stocktake has all of the research stuff that is going on. Like, make sure you have, like, a really big cup of coffee, because I was really daunted. I had no idea how big of how much stuff was going on research-wise across Australia. The Roundup one on MLA is a much simpler one. You can get I think it's fortnightly or monthly, there's an update of just some of the research stuff that's going on that you can sign up to that. So without costing yourself this massive document and daunting project, yeah, if you signed up to that Roundup thing, you would just get an idea of what's happening in research. Yeah, because there could be stuff going on in areas that, yeah, I've found that I didn't even know was happening. Basically, that's me. Yeah, that's sort of where we're at. Is there any questions?